Welcome to your step-by-step guide on CourtReserve's bulk email feature. Bulk email feature in CourtReserve makes it easy to design, personalize, and deliver emails with custom content. Create professional messages in minutes, then use recipient filters to target the right audience. Whether you're communicating with members or specific groups, it's a simple way to send the right message to the right people at the right time. This feature gives you flexible ways to communicate with the right audience. You can send targeted announcements to specific membership types, remind players about upcoming membership changes, send weekly or monthly newsletters highlighting upcoming clinics, leagues, tournaments, camps, and special events. You can even schedule emails in advance, so messages are delivered automatically at the most effective time. All admins have access to this feature by default. For sub-admins, access can be granted or restricted by enabling the appropriate permissions under the sub-admin settings. To find these permissions, go to Settings, scroll up to Organization Settings and System Users. Click on the Sub-Admin tab and click to edit the sub-admin you want to allow permissions. Then you're going to scroll down to the Manage Members section. Once under Manage Members, you can toggle on and off any options having to do with the email permissions you want to allow. Once selected, scroll to the top or the bottom and save those changes. Now that permissions have been granted for your sub-admins, let's create an email. Start by navigating to the left toolbar and clicking the Members dropdown. From there, select Bulk Email. In the top right corner, click Create Email. In the Create Email pop-up, enter an email name. This name is for internal use only and will not be visible to recipients. To continue, click Save. From here, you'll be guided through the 4 steps to create your email. The first step is to select the recipients. This section lists all eligible recipients, and you can choose to toggle Send to all recipients within your organization. Once this toggle is turned on, you can also select individual members to exclude from the email, or simply leave the toggle enabled to send it to everyone. If you scroll to the right, you can also use the search bar for a specific member within your organization. Filters allow you to narrow your audience by membership type, member groups, family roles, and more. This makes it easy to select a specific group to receive your email. Next, under Additional Recipients, you can manually add email addresses for additional recipients, up to 200 characters. Scrolling down, you also have the option to CC a member of your organization who is set up as a system user. When you're finished selecting, click Next in the bottom right corner. Or if you prefer, you can save your progress at any time by selecting Save as Draft at the top of the page. This option is helpful when you plan to return and complete your work later. Now on to step 2. Next, you'll choose who the email is sent from and where replies will go. By default, this is already set with your club name and the admin who is logged in. You can change either of these by entering the From name, for example, your organization name, and then choose the Reply to Email. These options are pulled from your system users and organization settings, making it easy to select the appropriate sender. In short, the From step controls who the email appears to come from, while the Reply to field determines who receives any replies. Scroll to the bottom right and click Next to continue the process. As you can see at the top, we've already completed the first 2 steps. This 4-step indicator is a great visual to know when all the steps are complete, but can also be clicked on to easily toggle back and forth to each step. Next, we're moving on to step 3, the subject line. The subject line is a required field, and this is what your recipients will see as the email subject line in their inbox. In this example, we're using Exciting December Membership News. Your subject line is important because it's the first impression of your email. It plays a big role in whether members decide to open it. So be clear, engaging, and let them know what to expect inside. Now let's get to the fun part, working on the content. Click on Content at the top, then select Design Email to get started. From here, you'll be asked whether you want to design your email from scratch or use a template. We'll take a look at templates shortly, but for now, let's start from scratch. Click Continue. This brings us into the email builder, where you'll see a blank slate. On the right-hand side, you'll notice 3 sections: Settings, Rows, and Content. Let's start with Settings. Settings allow you to define defaults for the entire email, things like background colors, fonts, and spacing. Anything set here will apply uniformly across the email, though you can override these later if needed. Next, let's look at rows. Rows control how your content is laid out. By default, the email starts with a full-width row. If you want to break your content into sections or columns, you can add a new row by dragging it into place. If you want to return to a full-width layout later, you'll simply add another row. Now that we have our rows set up, let's move on to content. Select the content block you want to add and drag it into a row. Let's start by adding an image. Then we'll add a title underneath it. And while we're here, let's also drag in a paragraph. Now we can start adding the actual content for the email. We'll drop in some sample text here. When you click on any content block, you'll see customization options on the right-hand side. From here, you can adjust font styles, colors, alignment, spacing, and even override the global settings we set earlier. Another great option within content are buttons. If you want to add a call to action, simply drag in a button, enter the URL, and customize the text, color, and styling to match your message. The first time you're using the email builder, we recommend you check out all the available options. Additionally, you will see the option to preview in the top left corner. Once your email content is ready, you can save your progress. At this point, you'll see that all 4 steps are complete. We've selected recipients, chosen who the email is from, added a subject line, and designed the content. Before sending, you have the option to send a test email. This allows you to send a preview to yourself or someone else to proof the email. It's a great way to double-check formatting, links, and overall appearance before sending it out to your full audience. You'll also notice at the bottom that you can add an attachment if needed. From here, you can go back to a previous step or choose to send the email. You'll also see options at the top to save as a draft or send. For now, let's save this as a draft. This brings us back to the bulk email landing page, where we're now on the Drafts tab. Here's the draft email we just created. You'll also see tabs for Sent Emails and Scheduled Emails. Let's open our draft again. From here, when you're ready, you can choose to send the email immediately or schedule it for a future date. Once sent, it will go to all recipients selected in Step 1. After sending, you can view the email and its details under Sent Emails. Let's circle back to templates. If you choose to design from a template, you can select from templates that have already been created. You can also create a new template at any time by clicking the Create Template button. In this example, we already have a newsletter template available. You can edit an existing template or create a brand new one. When you're working on Step 4 in the future, you can simply select one of these templates and build your email from there, saving time while keeping your messaging consistent. And that wraps up bulk email in CourtReserve, giving you a streamlined way to design, personalize, and deliver emails to the right audience. Let's head back to take a look at the information on sent as well as scheduled emails. To view or manage an email that has already been sent, we can go to the Sent Emails tab. To view the details for a specific sent email, we can click the View button. When clicking the View button, the first section we'll see is the Email Information section, and from here we'll be able to see the open rate, the click rate, or the bounce rate for a specific email. When clicking the percentage for a specific category here, we will also be able to see all of the recipients that fit this specific category, and if needed, we will be able to notify these specific players. Below the Email Information section, we will be able to see all of the recipients that were sent this email, the general information for this email, as well as the email content. If we click the Back button in the top right, that will take us back to the Sent Emails tab. When clicking on the More Actions menu, we will be able to duplicate a sent email or save it as a template. If we would like to use this content in a future email to view or manage any scheduled emails, we can go to the Scheduled Emails tab. If we click View on a scheduled email, we'll see similar information that we saw from the Send Email Details page. The only difference is, instead of seeing email metrics or email information, we will have the ability to edit the scheduled date and time for this email if it needs to be updated. If we navigate back to the Scheduled Emails tab and we click the More Actions menu for a scheduled email, we will also be able to reschedule this email from here and update that send date and time. We also have the ability to send a scheduled email now. If we would like to disregard the scheduled date and time that we have set, and we would like to send this email immediately to our players. Last, if we go back to the More Actions menu, we can cancel this scheduled email. What this is going to do is it's going to cancel the scheduled date and time that we have for this email, and it will move this email back into a draft state. This option is here. If we need to update any of the content that we have in that email or update any of the recipients, this email should be sent to. This concludes our video on CourtReserve's bulk email feature. For additional help, we offer the following resources: our amazing live support chat team, community Facebook group, in-depth knowledge base, and idea board. Also, be sure to subscribe to our release notes to keep up to date on exciting CourtReserve enhancements. Thank you for watching this video tutorial. Stay tuned for more tips to help elevate your club.